And it's all in this 27-page report known as an after-action report. It's on the Fall River Fire Department's response that night. And the fire chief says it should sound a warning across the state. July 13th, 2025. A routine alarm in Fall River escalated into one of the most tragic and challenging fires in recent Massachusetts history. 10 people living at Gabriel House Assisted Living died from the fire. 53 people were rescued, half down ladders and half through hallways and stairs. Now, 3 months later, Fall River Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon is releasing his after-action report, and he sat down with us to talk about it. What's the number one lesson learned?
Our most vulnerable populations need to be protected better. We owe it to them.
And how can we do that?
I think it needs to change at the state level initially.
Chief Bacon is recommending that assisted living residences, as well as daycares and group homes, face the same strict fire code protection as nursing homes. In Massachusetts, the Department of Public Health inspects nursing homes at least every 9 to 15 months, checking for compliance in a number of categories, including life safety and emergency preparedness. Chief Bacon noted the lack of what are called fire doors inside the Gabriel House. What kind of a difference would fire doors have made that night in the Gabriel House?
So a 2-hour fire door in a hallway stops the spread of fire and limits the spread of smoke in the hallway.
And when you think about the fact that they didn't have those fire doors there, what's your reaction?
It put a lot of vulnerable people at a higher risk than if they would have had those fire doors. And if there had been multiple fire doors between the fire room and those apartments, there would not have been as much smoke and heat.
The chief is also recommending the fire department conduct annual coordinated drills with staff and residents at high-risk facilities like the Gabriel House.
I hope that there's some momentum behind this to start to change things at the local, state, and federal level to better protect our most vulnerable citizens.
And tonight, the State Fire Marshal's office tells me the property's compliance with fire and other safety regulations is part of the ongoing death investigation. And today's report doesn't address sprinklers at the Gabriel House. As we first reported, sources tell us the sprinkler in the room where the fire started did not go off, and it had been recalled decades ago. Live in the newsroom, Karen Anderson, 5 Investigates.
Karen, thank you for that. Karen did sit down with Fall River's firefighters to talk about their heroism that night and the pain that they still carry, and you can watch it. It's streaming in our app, Very Local.